to his father. You've put the wild waters in this roar, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down a stinking pitch, but that the sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart.
No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who is ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am far better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell and thy no greater father.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time thou shalt know farther. Lend thy hand, and pluck thy magical garment from me. So, lie there, my art. Wipe thou thine eyes, for thou must now know farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hours now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was but only 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of anything the image tell me, that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream. Had I not 4 or 5 women at once attended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. What seest thou else in the dark backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here, thou mayst.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since thy father was a prince of power and the Duke of Milan.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence?
My brother and thy uncle called Antonio. I pray thee, mark me that a brother should be so perfidious. He, whom next thyself of all the world I loved, put manage of my state, the government I cast upon him. He to my state grew stranger, transformed and wrapped in secret studies. Dost thou attend me?
Oh, good sir, I do.
The King of Naples hearkened my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honours on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied. In the dead of darkness, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack for mercy! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it over again, is a hint that brings mine eyes to it. Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Dear, they durst not. They hurried us aboard a bark, a mere carcass of a butt, and there they hoist us, nor tackle, nor mast, nor sail, to cry out to the sea that roared to us.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, master of this design, out of his charity did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries. Knowing I loved my books, from mine own library he furnished me with volumes that I prize above my own dukedom.
Would I might but ever meet that man?
Here, in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, gave thee more profit than any other princesses can, ones with more time, vainer hours, and tutors not so careful.
And heaven thank you for it. But, good sir, I must ask, for 'tis still beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm?
Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose.
Come away, my servants, come. I am ready now. Approach, my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master, grave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds,
to thy strong bidding, task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed the point of the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now on the beak, now in the waist, the deck, the cabin. I would flame amazement. Sometime I'd divide and burn in many places. The topmast, the yards, the bowsprit, would I flame distinctly, then meet and join. Jove's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary in sight outrunning than not. The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit!
Not a spirit, but felt the fear of the damned, and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all afire of me. The king's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring, then like reeds and not hair, was the first man that leapt, and cried, Hell is empty, and all the devils are here!
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this night sure?
Close by, my master.
What are they, Ariel? Safe.
Not a hair perished, on their sustaining garments not a blemish, and as thou badest me, in troops I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, sitting in an odd angle on the isle, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the king's ship, mariners, say how thou hast disposed of all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in the harbour is the king's ship, in the deep nook she's hid. The mariners all into the hatches stowed, who, when the charm joins their suffered labour, I have left asleep.
Ariel, I charge exactly as performed, but there's more work. What's the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time twixt 6 and 9 must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou did promise to bake.
How now, Moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Fourth time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made no mistakings, served without grudge or grumblings. Thou did promise to make me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what torment I did free thee?
I do not say.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch cigarettes?
No, sir.
Thou hast. This damned witch cigarettes, for mischief manifold, from Argia. Thou knowest was banished. Was this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, was then her servant. And for thou was a spirit too delicate to act her urgent bold commands, she did confine thee to a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee here. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, freckled Rob had born, not honoured with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Don't think I say so about Caliban, whom now I keep in service. Thou best knowest from what a torment I did find thee in, a torment to lay upon the dam, which cigarettes could not again undo. It was mine art when I arrived and heard thee, that I made gate the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
Thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails, till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spriting gently.
I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. Say what? What shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. My quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself, upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked you as ever my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on you both, a southwest blow on ye, and blister you all over.
For this, be sure thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than the bees that made them.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and didst make much of me. Wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light that burned by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle.
the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you! For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whilst you do keep me from the rest of the island. Thou most lying slave, whose strength may move not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee into mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honour of my child. Oh, would it have been done? If thou didst prevent me, I'd have peopled else this isle with Calibans. Abhorred slave, I pity thee. Took pain to make thee speak. Taught thee each hour one thing or other. When thou didst not savage none thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish, I endowed thy purposes with words and made them known. But thy vile race, if thou didst learn, have that in it what good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore was thou deserving to confined to this rock. You had more deserved than a prison. You taught me language, and my profit on it is that I know how to curse. The red pig rid you for learning me your language. Taxi, hence! Fetch us and fuel, and be quick. Thou art best to answer this business. Shouldest thou malice? No, pray thee. I must obey. His art is of such power. It would control my damned god Setebos and make a vassal of him. So say, hence!
What should this music be? In the air? Or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of this island, sitting on a bank, weeping at the king my father's wracked. This music crept upon me by the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or hath it drawn me rather?
Full fathom 5 their father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, and nothing of him that doth fade. But doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Sea nymphs hourly ring his bell. Hark! Now I hear them, ding dong bell.
The ditty does remember my father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No, wench, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Most sure, the goddess of whom these eyes attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give. How may I bear me here? If you be maid or no?
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
Oh, my language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech, wet as spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now, to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes, never since ebb, beheld the king my father's racked.
Alack for mercy!
Yes, faith in all his lords.
At the first sight they have changed eyes. A word, good sir. I fear you've done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that I ever saw, the first that I ever sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oath of virgin, and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name that thou ownest not, and hast put thyself on this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Speak not for him. He's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks.
No, I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Put thy sword up, traitor, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father!
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Please, have mercy, sir, I'll be a surety.
Thou thinkest there is no more shape such as he, having only seen him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To most of men he is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. as I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey.
My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to who I am subdued, are all but light to me. Might I, in such a prison once a day, behold this maid, all else corners of the earth let liberty make use of, space enough, have I in such a prison?
It works. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Hark what else thou shalt do me.
Be of comfort, sir. My father's of a better nature than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now occurred.
Thou shalt be as free as mountain winds, and then do all points of my command exactly.
To the syllable.
Come, follow. Speak not for him. All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, floods, and prosper fall, and make him by each meal a disease. His spirits hear me, but I needs must curse. But they'll not pinch me, fright me with urchin shows, nor pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid them. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometimes like apes that meow and chatter at me, and after bite me, then like hedgehogs that lie tumbling at my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders, who with their cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo! Here comes another one of his spirits, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind me.
He is neither bush nor shrub to bear up any weather at all. And another storm a brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that should shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. As such, yon same cloud could not choose but to fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead? Or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish, a very ancient and fish-like smell. Leg? Like a man? Fins? Like arms? Oh, woman, my troth, I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath suffered lately by a thunderbolt. Alas, the storm is come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine, for there is no other shelter hereabout, and misery does acquaint a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of storm be past.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. It's a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mates, loved Moll and Meg and Marion and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang, and would cry to a sailor, go hang, loved not the savour of tar nor of pitch, but a tailor might scratch her where she did itch. Then to see boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too. Well, here's my comfort. Do not torment me, oh! What's the matter? Do we have devils here? Do you put tricks upon us with salvages and men of Ind? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard now of your 4 legs. As it has been said before, a proper man as ever has walked on 4 legs, and it cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said so again, while Stefano breathes at nostrils. The spirit torments me! Oh! This is some monster of the isle, with 4 legs, and as I take it, an egg? Where the devil shall he learn our language? I shall give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can keep him tame, and bring him back to Naples with me, he's a gift for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather. Do not torment me, prithee! I'll bring my wood home faster! He's in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall drink from my bottle. He shall never drink wine afore. It will go well to remove his ague, if I can keep him tame and bring him to Naples with me. shall not ask for too much for him. He shall pay for him, and that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet, but little hurt. Thou wilt to none. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper works upon thee.
Come on, your ways, open your mouth. This will give language to you. Come on, cats, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. Come on, I tell you soundly. You will not be able to tell who's your friend or no. Open your chaps.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned, and these are devils. Who defend me?
This is some delicate monster of the isle. 4 legs and 2 voices. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, and his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. I shall drink, give him more wine. If all the wine in my bottle shall recover him, I shall bring him back to Naples with me. Come, amen, I shall pour some in thy other mouth. Stefano. Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I shall leave him. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou be Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afraid, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I shall pull thee by the lesser legs. If these be any of Trinculo's legs, these are they.
Oh, Stefano, I hid me under the dead moon cost Gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? And art thou now living? I took him to be killed by a thunderstroke. Is the storm overblown? And art thou not dead, Stefano?
Oh, Stefano, Kate! Prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things if they be not sprites. That's a fine god, and bears celestial liquor. I shall kneel to him.
How didst thou came ashore? Swear upon this bottle how thou camest ashore. I escaped upon a butt of sack that the sailors heaved overboard, and by this bottle, which I carved from bark with mine own hands, I came ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject. That liquor is not earthly. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Come on then, kiss the book. I shall furnish it anon with new contents. Swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I, afraid of him, a very weak monster. The man in the moon, a poor credulous monster. Well-drawn monster in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island. I'll swear myself thy subject. I'll kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my god.
Come on then, down and swear.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
By this good light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
Come, kiss.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but serve thee, thou wondrous man.
Ridiculous monster, to make wonder of a drunkard.
I prithee, let me show thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll show thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wouldst thou go with me?
Prithee will I, without any more talking. Trinculo, with the king and all our company else being drowned, we shall inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, Trinculo.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell!
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetching, firing, at requiring, nor wash dish. Ban, ban, Caliban, has a new master, find a new man. Freedom, high day, freedom, freedom, high day, freedom!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
There be some sports are painful, and their labour delighting sets them off. Some kinds of baseness point to rich ends.
in most poor matters. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's grabbed, and he is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says the basin had never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labours. Most business when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs you were enjoying to pile. My father's hard at study. He's safe now for these 3 hours.
O most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
Then sit down. I'll bear your logs a while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should the honour undergo while I sit lazy by.
But it would become me as well as it does you, for it is my good will to do it, and yours it is against. You look warily.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you're by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set in my prayers. What is thy name?
Miranda. Oh, my father. I've broken your heads to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I've eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent near. For several virtues have I like several women, but never any with such full soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest grace she owned. But you, oh you, so perfect, so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remembers, save for mine glass, mine own. I do not know any more than I may call men, than you, good friend, and my dear father. Features abroad I am skilless of, but by my modesty and the jewel of my dower, I would not wish for any companion in the world but you, nor could imagination form a shape beside yourself. But I prattle something too wildly, and my father perceives I therein do forget.
I am, in my condition, a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer a flesh-fly blow to my mouth. The very instant I saw you, did my heart fly to your service, and to make me slave to it, and for your sake am I this patient logman.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and profess what kind event if I speak true. If hollowly invert what best boded me to mischief, I, beyond all else in the world, do love, prize, honour you.
I am a fool to weep what I am glad of.
The fair encounter of two most rare affections, heaven's grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not give what I shall desire to, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows, hence bashful cunning. I will be your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but to be your servant I will, whether you will or no.
I, with the heart is willing.
My husband then,
Yes, here's my hand.
and mine with my heart in it. Now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000.
As glad of this as I, they cannot be, who are surprised with awe. My rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Tell not me when the bud is out. We will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up in boredom. Drink to me, servant monster.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
Drink to me, servant monster. When I bid thee, thy eyes should be set in thy head.
Why should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed, if they were set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. Whereas I could not drown, I swam ere I could recover 35 leagues off and on. You, monster, shall be my lieutenant, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list. He's no standard.
Will not run, monsieur monster.
or go nothing neither, but you'll lie like dogs and say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou be'st a good mooncalf.
How does thy honour? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am in case to Justler Constable. Why, thou debauched fish, thou. Was there ever a man that drank so much sack as I today? A coward? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being half a fish and half a monster?
La! How he mocks me! Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
No! No again! Fight him to death for thee!
Trinculo, if you prove a mutineer the next tree, by this hand, I'll turn mercy out of doors. The servant is my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble master. Wilt thou be pleased to hark again, once again, to the suite I made to thee?
Marry will I, Nealon repeats it. I shall stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, whose cunning hath cheated me of the island. Thou liest! Thou liest! Thou lousy fool, thou! I once my noble master would destroy thee! I do not lie!
Trinculo, interrupt the monster one further, and by this hand, I'll turn mercy out of doors and supplant some of your teeth.
Why? I did nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it. If thy greatness will, revenge it on him. For I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How can this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. I'll yield him asleep, where they must knock a nail into his head. Thou liest, thou canst not. What a pint needeth this, thou scurvy patch? I do beseech thee, give him blows, and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he'll drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshers are.
Trinculo, interrupt the monster any more in this tale, and I shall make a stockfish of thee.
Why? What did I? I said nothing.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest!
Do I so? Take thou that! As you like, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and your hearing too. A pox on your bottle. A murrain on your monster. The devil take your finger.
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
Beat him enough. After a little time, I'll beat him too.
Prithee, stand farther. Come, forward with your tale.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him with a log, or, having first seized his books, batter his skull, or paunch him with a stake, or cut his weasand with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he is but as sot as I am, and hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate him as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils, for so he calls them, which, when he has a house, he'll deck withal. But man, deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her nonpareil. I've never seen a woman but Sycorax my dam, and but she as far surpasseth Sycorax, as greatest does least.
Is it so brave, alas?
Ay, my lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring forth brave brood.
I will kill this man. His daughter and I shall be king and queen, and Trinculo and I shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This will I tell my master.
Ooh, I am merry! I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will you troll the cat she taught me but one there?
I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flout him, and count him, and flout him, and count him. Thought is free.
That's not the tune.
What is this saying?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
Thou beest a man, show thyself. Thou beest a devil, take it as thou live.
Oh, forgive me for my sins!
He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us.
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not afeard. This isle is full of sounds, noises, and strange noises that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes noises that, when I waked after a long time, would make me dream again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show dreams ready to drop upon me, that, when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed,
That shall be by and by again. I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and have to do our work.
I could see the tabarier. He lays it on.
Well, come, I'll follow Stefano.
if I have too austerely punished you, thy compensation makes amends. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise.
I do believe it, against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. But if thou dost break her virgin knot before all sanctimonious ceremonies may, with full and holy rite, be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow but barren hate.
As I hope for fair issue, quiet days, and long life, with such love as it is now, the most opportune place, the murkiest den, the strongest suggestion our worst genius can, shall never melt mine honour into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, or when I shall think of fever steeds are founded, or night kept tame below.
Fairly spoke. Now, if you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought. I thank thee. Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to, what's thy pleasure?
Spirit, you must prepare to meet with Caliban. Say again, where didst thou leave these relics?
I told you, sir, they were red hot for drinking. So full of valour they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for the kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, at which like unbacked colts they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, and lifted their noses as they smelt music, so I charmed their ears. That calf-like they lowing followed through tooth-briars, sharp furzes, pricking goss and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them in the frail mantled pool beyond your cell, there dancing up to their chins, that foul lake overstunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither, for still to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
Pray you, tread softly, so that the blind noble may not hear a footfall. We are now near his cell.
Monster, this This fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little more than play jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all horse piss, at which I know is a great indignation.
So is mine. I should take a displeasure against you. Look you!
Thou art but a lost monster.
Good my king, give me thy favour still. Be patient, for the prize I shall bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
Aye, but we our bottles in the pool.
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wetting. Yet this is your harmless fairy monster.
I shall fetch off my bottle, but I be over ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good murder that shall make this island thine own forever. And I thy Caliban, for I thine humble servant. And I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
O King Stephano, O Peer, O worthy Stephano, look what a wardrobe is here for thee.
Let it alone, thou fool! It is but trash!
Oh, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery.
Trinculo, put off that gown. By this hand, I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
The dropsy drown this fool! What do you mean to dote on such luggage? If he awake, from toe to crown, he'll fill our skin with pinches and make us strange stuff!
Quiet, monster. Mistress Line, is this not my jerkin? Now, jerkin, you are like to lose your hair and prove a bold jerkin.
Do, still lying by level, if it like your grace.
I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for it, which shall not go unrewarded when I am king. Steel by line and level is a great pass of pate. There's another garment for it.
Monster, do come put some lime on your fingers and away with the rest.
I shall have none of it! We shall lose our time and all be turned to barnacles or to eights with foreheads villainously slow!
Quiet, monster. Play to your fingers, or I shall turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
Aye, and this.
Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with this carriage. How's the day?
Past the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when I first raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king?
In the same fashion as you gave in charge in the lime grove which where defends yourself. He cannot budge to your release. The king, brimful of sorrow and dismay, your charm so strongly works him, that if you now beheld him, your affections should become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
Mine shall. Go release him, Ariel. My charms I'll break, his senses I'll restore, and he shall be himself. Yells of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the princeless foot with his sands do chase the every Neptune, by whose aid I have bedimmed the noontide sun, hold forth news and winds, and betwixt the green sea and the azure vault set roaring war. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, opened and let them forth by my so potent art. With this rough magic I hear abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses, that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it at some fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book.
Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act, as was mine that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. He does not yet look upon me, or he would know me. Ariel, fetch me the hat from myself. I will disguise myself, and myself present as I was sometime Milan. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long to be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I go now, under the blossom which hangs on the bough.
Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So, to the king's ship, invisible as thou art. There thou shalt find the mariners asleep, under the hatches the master and the bosswain. Enforce them to this place, and presently I prithee.
I drink the air before me and return before your pulse twice beat.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero!
Whether thou be he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know thy pulse, the affliction of my mind amends me, as late I have. Thy dukedom I resign, I do entreat, thou pardon me my wrong, but how should Prospero both be living and be here?
Let me embrace thine aid, whose honour cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
Welcome.
If thou beest Prospero, give us thy particulars of thy preservation, for it has been 3 hours since we were wrecked upon the shore. My dear son Ferdinand, I am woeful. Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it's past her cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, or through soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid.
You the like loss?
As great to me as I have lost my daughter.
A daughter, oh heavens, that they were both living in Naples, the king and queen there. I wish myself were murdered in that oozy bed where my son lies.
No more of this yet. Welcome, sir. This cell's my court, and here have I few attendants and subjects none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
Though the seas shall threaten, they are merciful, and I have cursed them without cause.
Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about.
Oh wonder how beauteous mankind is, oh brave new world, there is such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom master play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us together?
No, sir, she is mortal, but by a mortal providence she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, and second father this lady makes him to me.
I am hers, but how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness. Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
This is as strange as men ever trod, and there is more business in this than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with the strangeness of this business. I'll resolve you, which to you shall seem probable, of every these happened accidents. Till when, be cheerful and look on each thing well. Come hither, spirit, set Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. There are a few odd lads you remember not.
Let no man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, as all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio!
If these be true spies I wear on my head, here's a goodly sight.
Oh, Setebos! These be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
What things are these?
These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, has plotted with them to take my life. 2 of these you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine.
Oh, I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler, and Trinculo, reeling rife, where they shall find the grand liquor that hath gilded them and brought us together? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last. I fear it will never be out of my bones. I shall never fear flesh fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stefano?
Oh, touch me not, for I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
And this is strange thing as ever I've looked on.
He is as disproportioned in his manner as he is his shape. Go, Sarah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, my lord, and I will be wise hereafter, and seek for grace.
What a great double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool. Go to, away! Sir, my liege, your highness and your train are welcome to spend this one night in my cell, which part of I'll waste with such discourse such as I'll make go quick away. The story of my life and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle. And in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptial of our dear beloved solemnized, and then retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas. Aerial chick, that is thy charge, then to the elements. Be free and fare thou well. Please you, draw near.
Now my charms are all overthrown, what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now it is true I must be here, confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I am my dictum got, and pardon deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits and force, art to enchant. My ending is despair, unless I believe by prayer, which pierces so that assaults mercy itself and frees all faults.
As you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free.